Hey guys, and welcome back to What's Up 2. So today it is Monday, November 24th, 2025, and as you can see, part 3 of the Elemental Party, the Elemental Dimensions, has arrived, and it is the celebration of snow to open the snow dimension. As it clearly says right here, we can collect the snow banner from Snow Sheep, and we can go to the snow dimension itself. But before we do that, we have another celebration to explore. This being the third one out of 4. Anyway, starting off here, the outside of the lab looks pretty cool. The fountain has been frozen solid, and there's a bunch of snow around it, which is pretty cool, I will not lie, honestly. Anyway, moving on. Actually, hold on, we got some banners over here as well. Just remembered that. Anyway, moving on for real this time, the path has been changed to snow. And I did have to put some solar torches here so this wouldn't melt. Anyway. Yeah, the path is covered in snow, which is pretty awesome. And we obviously got the snow banners right here, which is also really, really awesome. And this is actually powdered snow, by the way. I should mention real quick that, yes, this is indeed powdered snow. So, yeah, just wanted to just bring that up real quick. Anyway, that's it for that, and let's move on to the lab office, which, well, first of all, as you can see, the lights have been changed once again, this time to pearl scent froglets. Anyway, here's the room itself. It's all covered in snow. Well, mainly just the furniture is. And that's really it. Again, like the other 2 celebrations, the flower shop, backyard, and roof are all not decorated. But if we head downstairs here, as we can see, the meeting room successfully is decorated for snow, which is super, super awesome. And then by heading to the sheep rooms, this is how it looks. It looks very cool. You might also notice all the pipes have been covered in snow, and the trapdoors have returned, but are changed to white because of the snow event. Anyway, that's basically it, really. Oh, wait, hold on a second. That painting is not supposed to be that creeper one. That was there from Halloween. That's what it's supposed to be. Why did it take me so long to notice that? Anyway, that's it for this room. So, let's go ahead and make our way down here. The stairs have been changed to the Duroy stairs because they look the most white outside of the quartz ones. Anyway, that's why they are designed like this. The blue pipe is covered in snow, and we got even more snow banners all over the place, which is very awesome. Anyway, Rose Crystal's room is next. This is covered with snowballs, which would be as expected because this is the snow one, the celebration. Anyway, that's it for that room. The stairs have been updated as well. And next room is the TV and game room. This has also been decorated for the snow celebration. And looks very cool. The paintings have been changed to reflect a little bit more snow theme design, basically. Anyway, this is how it looks. It looks very cool. And yeah, let's move on to the next room, which is the library. The pipe has once again been covered in snow, just like the other ones. And we can also view the map, which is updated for this event. Anyway, here's the library itself. It looks very cool and very snow-themed, as we could see. Anyway, that's it for the library. Nothing in the HQ like the last 2 celebrations. But if we head to Snowland, well, the pipe's covered in snow again. We got the trapdoor right there to prevent the sheep from, going down the pipes. The snow forts are back to their normal designs, but will most likely be changed during the celebration of Sky. So I will not be surprised if that is the case. We got more snow banners over here. Super cool. And this down here is changed to calcite. If that's how it's pronounced, I highly doubt it. Anyway, the main attraction is obviously the Snow Dojo. First of all, by going to Snow Sheep, we can collect the snow banner. I forgot to implement that until right now, so that's my fault. Anyway, here's the Snow Dojo, all decorated for the celebration of snow. It's mainly just banners though, so that's a little unfortunate. Oh nice, we got Sparkles Jr. and Akaramin. And Labishi Ball up here, that's awesome. Anyway, up here mainly consists of just some more snow banners and nothing more beyond that. So that's basically it for the celebration of snow. Outside of one more room, which I just realized. Yeah, we never actually showcased down here. That's my fault. Anyway, let's showcase this really quick and then we're going to go to the snow dimension. Anyway, here is how it looks. It is white and slightly light gray for the beacons. Anyway, this room looks very cool and very decked out for this celebration. Very nice. We got some banners over here. And the entire dance floor is actually legitimately made out of snow, if you haven't managed to notice. That's pretty freaking clever. And that, overall, is it for the celebration of snow. For real this time. Now let's get to the snow dimension for real this time. And you might actually be surprised where it's actually going to be located. It is actually located back here. Specifically, right there. Alright, we are now in the snow dimension. So, as you can see, it's all covered in snow right here. We even got a fence around here. Pretty cool, because the main attraction of this dimension is actually this igloo. But before we get to that, let me just show you around here really quick because there is not much to see here outside of all of that. Anyway, there is also some pretty cool stuff here. Because that igloo is actually, again, the main attraction. So we'll get to that actually right now. I just have to fix some stuff. Anyway, that's basically it for that. Overall, though, very cool. We got the portal to go back, which is awesome. Now, again, main attraction is this igloo. It is all covered with the snow banners, which would make a lot of sense. But the thing is, this isn't it. You see, by heading down here, yep, that's right, here's where the real challenge begins. As you can see, this is now a huge maze. Basically, a tunnel maze to be realistic. You may notice the banners here, but what you should know is that there are free passageways through here. There's free paths you have to get through in order to make it to the final room. With all that said, one of these free tunnels leads to the next room. So we're going to try all three entrances. That is a dead end. What about this one? That's also a dead end. That means this one right here is the one to go. And as you can see, here's the next room, all covered in snow banners. You might actually wonder what these are. They're arrows to point you into the said rooms. So let's try this one. Also a dead end. A dead end as well. That means this last one is the way to go. As you can see, we have another set of tunnels, which is pretty crazy. So this one is a dead end. This one is a dead end too, which means the one over here is the way to go. As you may now notice, there is a, well, ice slide that we have to go on. There we go. Why am I getting that mixed up? You'll need a boat to get through this. So the goal is to slide all the way over here. And there you go. Now we have made it to the final room. Well, and that is, of course, until we go down there. But yes, take a look. There were banners all across this little ice slide area, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's head on to the final room of this dimension, which is right down here. And actually, you guys might actually recognize this. And that's because this room actually comes from the grand opening of Xolotl 3 in the snow biome. So, guess what? I decided to recreate it here, but instead of lava, it's actually powdered snow. And your goal is to obviously not fall in, obviously. Because, of course, you can't get out. Especially in survival mode. Now, why exactly was this room remade? Just with the lava being snow instead? Well, that's because of the final room that we'll actually be seeing once we cross all this powdered snow. Specifically speaking, we have to jump over this, but again, try your hardest to not fall in the powdered snow, as again, you'll get stuck just like I was. Your goal is to obviously jump above the powdered snow. The problem is that it's super difficult, but I think we can get through it. But you know what? To save your guys' time, we are actually going to bypass that and instead going over here. The problem is that it's still very difficult, but what we can do is actually make our way here. Now, as you can see, it'll actually open up this room, which is also the reason I brought this room back in the first place. That's because the final room is all covered in ice, which would make sense for the snow dimension. And that could explain why that room was recreated, because the final room was mainly covered in ice, being this one right here. It is a reward for everything that we just did. As you can see, it says free. Now, we can obviously claim one of these free. So let's claim this one right here specifically. But also put it back for anyone else who visits. Anyway, let's go ahead and put on the armor. And there you have it. Here is the armor. This honestly looks super awesome. And well, yeah, that's basically it for this entire dimension. Literally the entire dimension. So that is it, guys. Also for this video. Yep, this dimension was a lot shorter compared to the last two dimensions. And I'm actually curious to see what the sky one's gonna look like. But overall, though, yep, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you all for watching the video. And I hope to see you all in the next episode of Zoazop 2. On, you know, November 26th for the Sky Celebration. With all that said, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.